So you want to be a Pokemon master, huh? You want to play on Fringe Domination. You want to be an AR player. You want to slay. You want to be the AR god. You want to be formal. Well, that's not the video I'm talking about today. Maybe another one. I don't know. Not sure. What I want to talk about today is maybe a little different. Maybe a little psychology? Question mark? I'm not sure. I just wanted to make a video on things that I think about in my spare time, which I have a fucking lot of it, and kind of elaborated on it and maybe make sense of it to where you can get you thinking in ways that you haven't thought about before. And I think that's like the prime thing I really latch onto, is doing things differently and latching onto that feeling that you're onto something. And everybody's had that feeling before, that they're latching onto something that no one's really, I guess not that no one's ever been to that point, but what I encourage you to do is take it to that point. And what I mean, I'm trying to be transparent and applicable to anything that you're thinking about right now. You could be a basketball player, you could be a fucking scooter rider, I don't know. I'm a guitar player, and I like to, what I'm trying to say is just think out of the box. You've heard it before, but do you really think out of the box, or are you kind of latching on to what the mainstream say or what the thing to do? Are you doing that? Are you? I don't know. But what I want to really kind of elaborate on is finding your own voice, finding your own play style, finding your own, I'm saying play style because it's a game. I could say a corny, analogy. Life is a game or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is it's applicable to anything. It could be life. It could be, I don't know. But right now, it's the better analogy is a Call of Duty game because you're watching me play Black Ops 3. Regrettably, probably. Nah. But look at me watching the flank here like a fucking champion. This is a team player. This is the player you want. Maybe not those shaky shots, but you want that lightning strike, baby. That's what you want here. Nah. What was I going to elaborate on here? When I pick up the controller and play Call of Duty, I don't have a person in mind. I don't sit there like, man, I'm trying to be Scump 2.0. Man, I'm trying to be Formal 2.0. I may acknowledge their greatness. I may acknowledge their prowess. I may say things that I like about a person's gameplay. But what I'm really saying is I'm trying to add their attributes to my base foundation. And what I think a lot of people struggle with, including myself at times, is you kind of forget your base foundation. You kind of forget that you have your own little voice. You have your own way of doing things, and you're not even aware of it. You just do it. And that's the beauty of it. But what I'm trying to encourage you to do is cherry pick from what you like. When I was in high school, I was a very shy. I can't say very shy. I was very reserved in a way. I was very almost lonerish. Like, I didn't hang out with people, not because I was a loser. I mean, some would say. I mean, there's many nights I probably thought I was a loser in high school. That's another thing, man. I encourage you to be candid. I encourage you to be very open. I'm very candid about my mental health and the way I think about things. A lot of people, I think they're kind of shy about that. They don't want people to know that maybe they struggle with things like depression. Maybe they don't want you to know they go to a therapist. Maybe they don't want you to know they've been to group therapy before. And I kind of do self-identify as a loner, but at the same time, if you did ask me these things, I wouldn't shy away from it, as some people in my life have done, and asked me, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I'll be the first to tell you, I struggle with depression a lot, and it's pretty bad, but not in the glorified way that society wants you to believe depression is. Like, society wants you to believe depression's this kind of like fashionable trend right now. They want you to believe that depression's like this, oh man, I'm depressed. Am I cool yet? Question mark? Like, am I the shit now? That's like an ingredient people try to add. They throw in their personality resume. Man, I'm depressed. I'm the cool kid now. It's like some Tumblr shit. But what I'm trying to elaborate on that a little bit, I'm saying elaborate a lot, I don't know why. I need a fucking thesaurus. I can't talk. It's 5 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. What I wanted to elaborate on is depression in the most base way I can kind of describe it, in my opinion. The way I feel is I can go days. I don't want to exaggerate and say weeks, but I definitely go days without feeling an emotion I haven't felt before. And what I mean by that is like nothing really piques your curiosity. Nothing really stimulates your mind. It's kind of like you're just looking at the same 4 walls in your room every day. I mean, a lot of times, literally, when you're in a depressed situation, you're just looking at the walls around you and like nothing's changing, nothing's going anywhere, and it's it's hard. It's a struggle. That heat wave was fucking bamboozle. I don't even know. I can't even describe the heat wave. It was so fucking bad. But the best way I can describe depression is like it's the emotional equivalent of your brain just. It's like watching paint dry. It's like nothing really moves you. That's really the best way I can describe it. Nothing moves you. Nothing really excites you. It's hard. It's hard to get excited about things maybe other people would think about and just be like, oh man, I want a pair of Yeezys. I want some Yeezys, man. That's going to be the thing that, the emotional thought that really triggers my mind. Like, if you told me I want a pair of Yeezys, I'd look at you like, what the fuck are you talking about right now? What does that have to do with anything? But for some people, that's an emotional trigger. Like, man, I'm a part of the in crowd right now. I got some Yeezys. I know there's a couple kids out there that really want Yeezys and they can't afford it, and I got that, and that really stimulates my mind. And in my mind, those things just don't. I'm saying Yeezys. That's like a very specific pinpoint thing that links to other things. But it's just what I'm trying to say is depression isn't this. It's not some glorified like trendy hipster shit right now. I wish it was that cool. I mean, it would kind of make me cool. I don't know, but ever since I've been a kid, I've always made it a point to not go along with the mainstream, but not in a defiant way. Like, I'm better. I'm the fucking shit, man. I'm doing it better. I'm doing it better. Nah, it's always been a way of just. I know by doing things differently in a set of just maybe unrecognizable patterns, it stimulates your mind to think of different things and trigger different emotions. And that's really the way I think about a lot of things. When I pick up a controller for Call of Duty, I try to think, what can I do schematically with my hands or logically that's going to set me apart from the next player? What can I do to not only outthink somebody, but out-finesse, out-perform, out-maneuver, out-finesse, whatever it may be, dude. It's got to be something intrinsic. It's got to be something you have that they don't. Not in the ego way. What's going to set me apart? And what sets you apart is not doing what everybody else is doing. I could sit here and play GBs and say dead ass and buy some Yeezys, and I'll fit right in with a lot of people in the Call of Duty community. Like, that would be the shit. They'd be like, oh man, where you been, man? Dead ass, where you been, bro? Or bruh. That's another bruh. Not that I have any problem with anybody that's doing these things, but I recognize there's a pattern, and I don't like patterns to an extent. Like, I know where it's going. A, B, C takes me to D. Pause. But if you do it backwards, it's gonna take you somewhere else. That's what I'm really trying to stress, man. If you can do something differently and a way that feels right for you, do it. Don't sit there and go, I gotta be scum. I gotta play the aggressive SMG. I gotta be this. I gotta be that. Don't label yourself. Thank God I killed that kid. This gameplay would have been ruined if I got fucking killed right there. But I killed him. Don't self-identify. Don't put yourself in a box to where you're saying, man, I'm this, so I'm that. Fuck that, dude. What I'm trying to say is the people that really innovate and the people that really take it to the next degree and the people that ultimately get the limelight, no matter how shallow or fleeting you think buying Yeezys is going to get you the limelight, the people that really, the scumps, the whoever, the Steve Jobs, the people that really maintain the spotlight and get their name in history, if that's your thing, the people that get remembered, they do it differently. They do it in a way that's never been done before. And as for me, an example, I'm a guitar player, a very bad one, and I think that I think that really it takes that ego check for you to really get over yourself. You have to recognize you're not as good as you think you are. I'll be the first person to tell you I'm a terrible guitar player right now. But the thing is, I acknowledge that, and I go out to sources of people like, yo, this fucking care package just bamboozled me. I go to other sources of guitar players that I know are innovators. Not because somebody else told me they're innovators, but because I looked at them and went, whoa, what the fuck are they doing? And I like to know that I have that characteristic about myself. When I was in high school, a lot of people looked at me like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? I mean, obviously I look goofy and shit. But I mean, it was more than that. It was more like, this guy doesn't talk like the rest of us. He doesn't sound like me. He doesn't sound like the bruh, like there's just a pattern, there's like a flow of this mainstream thing, and everybody knows it, but many people choose to ignore it because it's comfortable, it's complacent, it's easy to be somebody else, it's easy to just ride a coattail of something that's been set before you and just say, hey, that's good enough for me. That's good enough. I've always been fascinated by self-control and what I can control to make it the best of it. Whatever, scooters, I wanted to be the best scooter fucking rider. I don't know what the fuck that means. I wanted to be the best Razor scooter. I was gonna be that motherfucker. Hey, whatever. When I got Heelys, I was gonna be the baddest motherfucker in Walmart doing tricks with my wheelies or Heelys, whatever. That's just the way I thought about it. And a lot of people be like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? It's not that serious. That's one of my favorite taglines. It's not that serious, but it actually is. What I urge you to do is whatever you do in life, make it an art. Make it something that tangible. Make it to where you're actively thinking about it, and recognize when you're doing something differently, because that's when the real magic, the real beauty of everything happens. Is when you find these moments that just come out. They're not forced. They're just there. So, this is probably 10 minutes of me talking, but hey, we went 70 positive. Something that I'm not accustomed to, because I decided to play differently. Hey. See where we're going with this? But in all seriousness, no, I hope something struck a chord with you, and I hope you have a great day. And until next time.